How are you all doing? I hope you're all doing amazing. I know it's been a little while since I've gone live in the group, and the reason I'm going live today directly inside the group is because I'm testing a few different things. So anyway, I just wanted to give a shout out to the replay viewers. If you're watching this on the replay, just type in the comments RP so that I know you're catching the replay, and I can say hello to you as well in the comments. So, and for those of you coming in live, I would love to hear who you are, what brought you here, where you're calling in from or tuning in from. You're not calling. And what have you heard? I'm curious. Obviously, the topic that we're discussing right now is the new social media Facebook algorithm changes that Mark Zuckerberg has recently announced. I think it was literally like 2 or 3 days ago. So it's still pretty fresh, still pretty new. Hopefully most of you have already heard about this. So, and by the way, if you are live, can you just let me know, just type in the comments where you're from, because I want to make sure everything's working. You guys can hear me, and can see me, and we have no tech issues here. So, okay, is it just me, or is I feel like I see flickering. Hopefully that's just on my end and it's not you guys. So anyway, so let's just talk about this. So Roslyn says, hello, Roslyn. Okay. Yeah. So Roslyn, so in case you haven't seen the announcements or you haven't seen what Mark Zuckerberg has put out there. So essentially he has put an announcement, and you can just Google this and find this easily. It's all over, or you can just type in Mark Zuckerberg in the search on Facebook, and then go see his, he has like a page that you can actually see and see his comments and his posts. So essentially, no flickers here. Okay, perfect. So maybe it's just on my end. It's like a strobe light. It looks really weird. But anyway, so he's essentially said that certain types of posts, specifically a lot from businesses and publishers and things like that, are not really going to be shown as much. So they're decreasing the reach from Facebook business pages. And I've actually already seen this. I don't know if you're on the replay or live, if you have already noticed a decrease on your Facebook business page, type a 1 in the comments. I'm curious to see if anybody else has noticed this already. I know that I have personally, and I have actually, I've built an audience on my business page. I do Facebook lives over on my business page most of the time. I post daily. I mean, I have a presence there. Okay. So I've definitely noticed a decrease in the reach of most posts, and it's interesting to see the posts that are getting a little bit more reach versus the others. So they're definitely onto something. And here's the thing, and you tell me, I personally do not want to be at the mercy of Mark Zuckerberg for how I run my business and how many people I get to impact with my business. Okay. And if you agree with that, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Okay. Because I feel like a lot of people right now are kind of in this freak out mode, like kind of like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Who's going to see my stuff? How am I going to build my business? Obviously, if you have an online business, it's no secret that you need to be building a social media following and a social media presence. I mean, and not even just an online business, any business. If you have a brick and mortar business, you want to have a social media presence. So it doesn't even matter. Hello, Alondra. How are you? Okay, let me see all the comments. Let me just pop them out. So, okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like we can't just be at the mercy of these social media platforms and what they're going to choose to do and not choose to do whenever they feel like it. Like, I don't like to feel like I'm out of control in my own business. Okay. So that's why one of the things that I've noticed, like as this announcement came out, literally like the day of, or maybe the day after, like the day of and like the 2 days after, and even still right now, what I am seeing is all of these gurus coming on and saying, well, this is what this means. This means that you need to stop posting on your business page and focus only on groups, because groups are where it's at now, and groups are where you need to be building so that you get seen by your people. And then I saw another video, which, by the way, I like to silently observe. You know, when these things come out, I silently observe the scene and see what's happening and then make my own conclusions based on that. And that's actually what I invite you to do as well. Even if you're watching this video, I always say, like, make your own conclusions about things. Don't just believe everything that's out there. And like I said, this is kind of what I was doing. I was watching all these different people get on live, and then they're like, oh, the social media, the algorithm changes again. This is what you have to do for your business. This is what this means for you. And like I said, I've heard all sorts of advice, okay? One of the first ones was a guy saying that, oh, you need to be building on your personal profile. I've built my business on my personal profile, so that means that that's what you need to do, because now your Facebook business page is not going to get any reach, and you need to be building on your social media or on your personal profile on Facebook. So that's one piece of advice. Have you guys heard that? Type in a 2 in the comments if you've heard that one, or you've seen people. Have you seen people building their business on their personal profile? So, and that's like where you usually would post your personal stuff. Have you seen people building their business on that? Because I see it all the time. I see people, I get handfuls, I'm not exaggerating, I get handfuls of friend requests from people on Facebook, and I know that they're entrepreneurs because I don't know them personally. And I go look at their profile, and I know that they're building a business because I go look, and then they have all of these business posts and all these promotions and all these things. And I know that they're building their business on personal profile because they think that, well, the business page is not getting shown to people, so I have to build my business on my personal profile. Okay, and then, so I've heard that advice. And then the other advice that I heard was actually someone saying, no, you do need to build on your business page because of X, Y, and Z, and because you need to build an audience, and because, and by the way, I've followed this advice, in the sense that I've built a lot of my audience, like for Facebook ads and Facebook retargeting. I have built it from people who are engaging with my business page, watching my videos on my business page, etc. Okay, so I have done that, but this person was essentially saying, no, you need to like be all over your business page and posting on there and making sure that all your content is ungated, like just kind of going off of that. So then I was thinking, for anybody who's not an expert at social media, who's not an expert at an online business, is going to see all these different videos and all these different people and all this conflicting advice and think, what am I supposed to do? Okay, and that's probably the majority of people wondering, like, well, what am I supposed to do? What do I do? Which one should I focus on? Should I build a group? Should I focus on my group? Should I focus on my business page? Should I do I bring everything over to my personal profile? And yes, Rosalind, that is correct. That is against Facebook's terms of service. You can get your account removed if you get caught building your business on your personal profile. So you have to be careful with that as well. So which one is right? Because like I said, I see entrepreneurs building and doing all of their Facebook lives, all of their clickbait posts, like drop a GIF in the comments if you're an entrepreneur. Like, I see these clickbait posts all of the time in my feed, and sorry if you're one of those people, but like I personally unfollow them because I know what they're doing, and I know they're just trying to get people to click on their post, and I'm sure some people may be successful with it. I personally, for one, I don't think it's necessary. I have not built my business on my personal profile, and I really just don't recommend it. For one, like I said, you can get your account shut down. And two, there are other ways because even on your personal profile, don't think that just because it's your personal profile that the algorithm doesn't apply, because it totally applies. Okay. So, that being said, and I'm curious to hear from those of you that are here, whether you're live or you're on the replay, where have you been focusing? Where have you been mostly on your business page? Have you been mostly in your group? Have you been adding friends on Facebook and building on your personal profile? Like I said, for me, I've personally been doing most of it on my business page, and I'm in my group as well. However, here's what I want to share with you. For one, the one warning I want to give you is be careful of all these gurus claiming to know what this means for everybody. Okay? This is kind of where I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit, because why do they feel like they can speak for everybody and for every business? It's as if they know something that we don't know. They're acting as if like they've been told some secret that we don't know. Because like all of these people, they just get on and they're like, now you got to build on your Facebook group. You got to build on that Facebook group, and you got to build on your business page. And that's where it's at. No, this is where it's at. And it's like, I'm all about taking your stand for things and being an authority, right? But at the same time, it's like, nobody knows what this actually means for anybody. Nobody knows, because this is new. Like, Mark Zuckerberg just rolled this out. And so you can't just make conclusions and say, oh, it's Facebook groups. Facebook groups is where it's at. That's where we're going. That's where we're headed. Says who? Says who? Like, none of us really know what this means until it's actually proven and tested, until we actually see what ends up happening after all these changes, which I know that they're in place already. But like I said, nobody actually knows. So be careful. Be wary of any guru that is telling you this is like what's happening, and this is where now you need to build. Personally, and this is where I'm getting to my next point of, okay, so how do I guard myself from being at the mercy of the algorithm changes and what happens? Yes, exactly. Like, did you have some personal dinner with Mark that I had no idea about? Was I not invited? Like, you were exclusively invited? Like, I don't know where they're getting all this stuff from. I don't know. But like, I think it's just another way of them making themselves like, I'm the guru, listen to me kind of thing. So I'm just here to be upfront and honest with you. Like, I don't know what this means, and they don't know what this means, unless, like I said, maybe they are behind the scenes with Mark Zuckerberg, and if that's the case, maybe they should, disclose that, because then maybe I would say, okay, maybe you're right if you have actually talked to Mark himself. But until then, like, nobody knows what this actually means for our businesses, or like what it means for the news feed, or who's going to be showing up. Nobody actually knows. What we do know, and this is from Mark himself, we do know that genuine engagement and more authentic relationship building is definitely going to be favored on Facebook, for sure. That's from the mouth of Mark himself. He has said, like, that's what's going to be at the top of the feed, right? Genuine engagement, genuine posting, which makes sense. They want Facebook to be a positive experience for people, and they have their terms of service for that purpose, right? So I definitely agree with that. So I think that that's an amazing thing. And I love that they're going to be weeding out the people who aren't very authentic, or who are just kind of the clickbait people, who are just getting you to, they're posting something just to get you to click or get you to comment, or just really the random like engagement posts that I see people posting, like, oh, like, I don't even know examples right now. I can't think of any, but I'm sure you probably know which ones I'm talking about. They're just like, what is the point of this post? Like, what is the point of you asking me what I had for dinner in a GIF, in a GIF, whatever those are? Like, why do you care? Like, why are you even posting this? Like, how is this going to help you grow your business, or whatever it is? They're clickbait. Clickbait posts. So that's kind of the point I'm trying to make there. So at the end of the day, nobody knows what this actually means. All we know what it really means is that wherever you're posting, whether it's on your business page, whether it's in your group, whether it's on Instagram, because don't forget, Marky Z owns Instagram as well. So in case you were wondering, that the algorithm changes, you can pretty much see Instagram and Facebook as synonymous now because they're owned by the same dude. Okay, Mark Z is trying to take over the world. In case you didn't notice. So, but this is what I'm saying. Like you have to take these gurus. I just say, like, if anybody's coming out there telling you that they know exactly what this means and what this means for your business and exactly what you need to do for your business at this time, like, just be careful because there is no black or white right now. There really isn't. I mean, should you completely abandon your business page and then just hop over to the groups? No. Remember, like, last year, how everybody was shutting their groups down? And now people have reopened up their groups again because supposedly, like, oh, the groups weren't, the posts in groups weren't being shown and all these other theories. At the end of the day, they're just theories, right? So all these people were just saying, like, oh, the theories of what this means and, like, our posts in the groups aren't being shown. So just a few months ago, people were saying the opposite. People were saying, no, now Facebook groups are obsolete. You want to shut your Facebook group down, focus on building everything over on your business page. Like, it's so black or white. And for me personally, when I was seeing that everybody was shutting their group down, did it make me question my own group? Of course it did. Of course it makes you be like, well, what should I do? Is that right for me? At the same time, I decided not to shut my group down, this group, and I decided to not just, like, do one or the other. I decided, well, I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing, which is nurturing both my private community and my Facebook fan page. And I'm glad I did that because at this point, like, you just don't know. We don't know which one's going to win, or if one is winning, or maybe they're both being shown at the same rate, so to speak, at the same viewership, right? So that's kind of what I want to warn you of, is there really is no black or white right now. And if you're thinking, well, holy moly, like, I can't spread myself thin, I can't do my group and my business page and this and that, well, the what's missing there is you're missing a system. Okay. And drop me a 4 in the comments if you have felt like, I don't know what I'm going to post. Like, I feel overwhelmed. If I have to be on this social media platform, I have to be here, I have to be there. If that's been you, drop me a 4 because I know I've felt that way before. And to a lot of my clients, that's one of the top things that they ask about is, like, how do I create content and how do I create consistent content? And it all comes down to just having a system where you're repurposing your content and you're reusing your content and using it in different ways so that you never run out of content, and pre-scheduling as much as you can. I do recommend with Facebook, and even Facebook has said this, like, you want to be posting natively from Facebook. So if you've been using, like Buffer, I love Buffer, but I do not use it for Facebook. Okay, you can pre-schedule all of your posts both in your groups and in your fan page. So use the native Facebook scheduling tool is what I'm trying to say. Don't use Buffer and other things for Facebook because it's not native and Facebook doesn't like that. So that we do know, okay? But in general, like, if you're repurposing your content and if you have a system for this, it shouldn't be an issue of, oh, I have to pick my group or my fan page or my Instagram, right? It should just be like, you can repurpose and kind of rearrange the content here and there in all the different platforms and still have a presence in all of them. And it really shouldn't be this, like, extra effort, right? And so that's what I would recommend is, like, I would not just drop one and drop the other. Like I said, last year, so many people dropped their groups and just said, oh, I'm going over to the business page. And now people are dropping their business pages and saying, well, I'm going over to my personal profile or to my group. And like I said, don't do that. Okay. Just be consistent across the board. And one of the biggest things I encourage you to do is, email marketing is not out of style, by the way. Email marketing, and I don't think it's going out of style anytime soon. Why? Because you own the contacts. So I always tell my clients this. Are you building your list? Are you bringing people? Are you doing this live video? Are you giving them a call to action to come over on your list so you can nurture the relationship, so you can own the contacts? Because on Facebook, you just don't. And on top of that, email marketing on that same note is also not enough. I am now working on building an audience on my Messenger, on my Facebook Messenger, because at this point in time, that is where I'm getting the quickest response, the most click-through rates, open rates, everything is on the Messenger bots. But that doesn't mean I'm dropping my email marketing and I'm dropping everything else to, to just do Messenger bots. Rosalind, yeah, see, you came here from today's email. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I prep for a Facebook Live video, when I'm doing anything that I want to let my audience know about, I don't just email. I don't just post it on Facebook. I don't just post it on Instagram. I do all three. Okay. I let people know all across the board. And now, like I said, now some of you may be here through my Messenger bot. I have a bot as well that I broadcast. It's like another email marketing tool. So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't listen to anyone who is telling you that it's either or. You have to be on your page, or you have to be in a group, or you have to, like, I've heard all of it, and it's like they're all contradicting themselves, and none of them are wrong, but none of them are necessarily right either. So that's my point I'm trying to make, and that's what I want to warn you of, is just be careful, and just like, if you have a system for content, you really shouldn't be worried about, like, oh, I only have bandwidth to post on my business page, or I only have the bandwidth to post in my group. Like, it really should be just like you're repurposing it and you have a system for it. And that being said, if you feel like you don't have a system and you need a system to repurpose all your content, I created an entire course around this. And it's a self-study course. It's something that you can easily watch on your own time. And it's one of my lower end offers, and for a limited time, you can get even 50% off if you're a quick and you act quick. So if that's something that's of interest to you, let me know. I'm happy to tell you more about that. But that's not even the point of this Facebook Live. Like, the point is, you do need to have a system, but you also just need to expand. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, so if you have that business page, continue to nurture it. If you haven't been running Facebook ads, I highly suggest you look into someone who knows what they're doing. Don't try this alone. If you have Facebook ads, are not something I ever recommend doing on your own if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, but that's one of the biggest ways that I have built my audience and my community, is bringing cold traffic from Facebook ads through a targeted and juicy lead magnet that my ideal client wants. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I have different strategies. I don't just put all my eggs in one basket. And hey, I do Facebook Live videos all the time, but I'm not just doing that. I'm not just doing them on my business page. Like, you got to diversify. Okay. As I'm saying this, what questions do you all have? If you guys are here live, I would love to answer any questions you have, or anything that you're thinking about, you're not sure about, and what this means for you, or maybe your particular business, like anything that's coming to mind. Like, I am opening this up for a few minutes for any questions that you all might have. And also, if this has resonated, I please share. Well, you can't really share because it's in a group. I just remember that. But if you have somebody that needs to watch this and is wondering about these changes as well, you can invite them into the group as well. So you can, obviously this video is for you and for my community exclusively, so you do have to be in the group to watch it. But if somebody needs to hear this, like, feel free to invite them. Okay. So like I said, I'm just giving this giving y'all a second. If you have any questions that you want to type in, I'm happy to answer them. Lighting's going funky. But that's my biggest advice to you. I want to make sure I got all my points that I wanted to. So in general, you got to diversify. Number 2, have a content repurposing system so that you never run out of content, so that it's not a matter of either or, it's just a matter of you just put it out there wherever you have a presence. Okay. If I have an Instagram presence, I'm going to put stuff out there. So, and then my third, like I said, my third caution to you was just, careful who you listen to, and don't just listen if somebody just says, oh yeah, you got to just do it all in your group. Like, take it with a grain of salt. Is that what's right for you? It's because I say this because early on, when I started coaching and I was in a coaching program and I had a coach, I followed blindly. and partly because I wasn't self-confident and because I felt like I didn't know any better. So I followed very blindly and I just followed anything and everything. But then guess what happens with that? Especially if you're one to consume tons of free content all the time, is you're going to get contradicting information and advice and strategies. Okay. There are many ways to be successful online. Many ways. And I always say, like, that's why it is, if you haven't had a coach yet, or if you haven't had a mentor that can actually help you step by step, like, look into one. Look into one that has the type of business that you want to build and does it in the way that you would like to build it. There are coaches out there who are doing huge launches all the time and draining their energy and just like, and for me personally, like, I chose to not do it that way because that didn't make my business super exciting to drain, like, just burn myself out with huge launches. So in my own mentors that I follow, like, I follow mentors who have the type of model that I want to emulate. And that's who I get mentored by. And that's what I advise you to do the same, is if you don't have one, or if you are just kind of consuming every freebie that comes your direction, just be careful, because you're going to get lots of contradicting advice that, you know, if you want to build a blog, go follow someone who has built their entire business by just blogging. If you want to do it with Facebook Live videos, then go follow someone who does it that way. If you want someone who just does ads all the time, follow that person, right? So that's what I want to say. So it looks like there's no questions right now. You guys are just quietly listening. So, excuse me. And, yeah, Roslyn, well, yeah, I'm glad this resonates. So, if there's no questions, that's all I have for y'all today. And I hope that this is helpful as you're moving forward. Always build your list, always get those contacts off Facebook, and just diversify. You don't need to just say only business page or only group. You gotta just, wherever you have your presence, just keep that presence and just learn to repurpose your content and have that genuine engagement with people, and stop doing the clickbait posts in case you've been doing them. So, all right, ladies. Well, thanks for joining me today. And if you just hopped on, just watch the replay and let me know you caught the replay. So, and thanks for those of you that caught me live. Big hearts to you. You're all amazing. And I will catch you on the next video. Bye.